When you started this season, did you see it getting to the final day in your head?
We kind of refused to think about that. We saw getting here. We saw the Final Four, and then everything after that would be a wasted effort, right? Because everything after that, in terms of thinking of it as a coach, the thought is get to the Final Four, and then anything can happen. And I think today was absolutely indicative of the fact that absolutely anything can happen. So this is the team that earned a Final Four spot and deserved to get to the Final Four, and then it's a team that was just gritty tonight.
Yeah, gritty, unbelievable, all sorts of additives. Is this the craziest game you've ever taken part in?
Oh, yeah.
I know last week's game was a doozy in that semifinal, but...
Yeah, but the cool thing about this one was crazy, but the cool thing about it is it was a tough game. It was a game that allowed us to show the toughness that was lacking early in the year. And so it showed that we learned from the fact that we weren't tough enough in the beginning. And that team that started 1-4-1 is nowhere to be seen, because they're a tough group all around.
Yeah, and it's probably starting to feel pretty familiar, just beating top teams in the state. You got 2 down, you got 1 more to go. How do you keep things on the right track for Saturday?
Yeah, I don't know if familiar is the word. I don't know if it'll ever start to feel familiar. But I think, it's just talking about the fact that soccer's a game of moments, and we're going to try to be tougher than everything that's thrown at us. We're going to try to be tougher than the other team. We're going to try to be tougher than the field, tougher than the weather, and then recognizing that set pieces win championship games. And so we're gonna really pay a lot of attention to those individual moments.
You go into halftime down 2-0 against, like you said, a perennial power program in the state. What was the message to the guys? How'd you turn it around?
Yeah, so the message was that we were going to make one change, and then we were going to wait 15 minutes, and then we were going to make the second change. And that it happened exactly how we thought it would work out. It doesn't often happen that way as a coach, but we did what we needed to do and got the first goal back. And within the first 15 minutes, and then we made the switch and got the second one. But yeah, it was just recognizing that one goal happens and then you chase the second goal. I think too often we get into the mindset that when you're down 2-0 that you have to score 2 goals. And if you just recognize that you just need the first one and then you can get the second one, it seems overly simplistic, but that's the kind of thing that you need to say at halftime.
You're a math teacher, right?
English.
I thought you were a math.
No.
Now we know. You can do math, though, too, by that logic.
What can you say about the guys' effort, though, to like you said, get that first one and make the complete comeback here?
Yeah, I think the group has bought into the journey. So I think they started to see it slip away just for a moment, just a little bit when they were in the locker room. But by the time we were in there, we give them about 4 minutes to talk about the game, and by the time we had gotten in there, they were past it, and they were ready to eat up whatever we were going to say about how we were going to get the first goal back. It was a gritty performance. Gritty and resilient, and just a team that is motivated to win soccer games.
Do you feel like you've had just about everything thrown at this team over the course of the season now?
Yeah.
You guys pretty battle tested?
Yeah. There's always going to be more challenges. There's always going to be more tests. But we believe that toughness wins soccer games. And so I feel pretty confident that whatever gets thrown at us, we're gonna attack it head on. We talk about winning games on the front foot, going forward. You don't sit back after we scored the third one. We didn't sit back. So the whole idea that we attack things going forward, and that's more than just the soccer.
They were saying as things were wrapping up, Troy Athens on Saturday. Do you know much of anything about them or what you might be?
If it's Troy Athens, I don't know if it's Troy Athens, but if it's Troy Athens, Todd runs a really, really good program. He's a friend just from playing him throughout the years. He's also the girls' coach, so we see him in the spring. But I know, if it's Troy Athens or Salem, whoever it is, they're gonna test us, and it's gonna be a test to see if we can keep the passion and make sure there's no emotion in the game. Which we talk about how those aren't synonyms. That we want passion, we don't want emotion.
Awesome. Yeah.